Are you seriously telling me, out of all my research on YouTube and TikTok, there are so many victims of wrongful termination, retaliation, harassment is not posting any information of something's wrong with that, because the simple fact that you need to be heard. You need to be heard before you be another victim from somewhere else, and anybody else is going to believe you. Sure I heard something. Things is happening to you in your workplace that's taking place with you. Sounds like a car, right? With team members, co-workers, your staffing. Okay? I don't care if it's management from another management. I don't care if it's from whomever. No rights, okay? When you go get hired for something, make sure you look at your policy of harassment. Okay? Anything falls in place with you when it's pertaining any of these forms of bullying or any form of discrimination, retaliation, um, even racial discrimination, anything. Okay? And you know you're going through it, but you're afraid to do anything about it because you're afraid you're going to lose your job. You need your job. Still be heard, okay? You still can be protected of it, okay? Don't stray away from something that may attack you for long in the future, because it will put you into a mental state, financial situations, um, any other problematic things that can take place with you in your life, and it's not worth it, okay? Still, do something about it, okay? It is worth it. Go find you someone that can help you out, even if it's in human resources. Even though most employers are going to fight against you, even though you do report it to human resources, and there's some places where you need to try to um, uh, get the help before it's too late. Follow the steps, okay? If you need to report anything, report it to your manager. Your manager is supposed to report it to their hired manager. Once they hire a manager, report it over to their managers. They're going to be directed to report it into the human resource department. The human resource department needs to be involved. Okay? Don't just go for having a meeting with your managers or without human resources included, because they can come against you with that. Okay, they can find any and all things to try to stop you from getting any forms of benefits outside of work, just in case you do get terminated. Do your research, okay? Because on any forms of lawful practices when it comes to any forms of lawsuit, anything like that. Okay, once you get in contact with human resources, um, having a meet up with them, see what they're going to do about the situation that has been done, then you can go further with the EEOC. And then after you realize the EEOC is not really fighting for you, I'll be honest with you, they're not going to fight for you. They will side up with the manager, so you better have a lawyer and plan with this situation as well. Okay, because that's what the lawyer will ask. Have you ever filed with EEOC? So make sure you file with EEOC. Now, reporting anything far as in theft, witnessing theft, being abused by other staff. Reported it immediately. Request for security on right at that moment on the site. Okay, request for security. If it get worse, it will be Metro be involved and make it a police report, so you can have something as you showing that you got Metro or whatever you reside involved in this too, if the matter gets worse. 9 times out of 10, security will escort the person that's causing you harm off the property with suspension. Okay. Um, I'm trying to think of everything. Reason for saying this, I was wrongfully terminated, and this happened to me in the past. I didn't do anything about it. Now I'm doing something about it. Not with the same company. With that's in the past was a different company. Now I am fighting right now for to get help. Now, okay, right now. for the wrongful termination of false reports, um, retaliation, harassment. Now, if I really want to, I can get them for racial discrimination, because the simple fact that one of the staffs had approached me stating that if it wasn't for their people, Hispanics, um, the work would never get done. I ignored it, and I did inform the staff at the time. I was a manager. Um, Not to say that again. That's inappropriate. Anything can take place at that moment. If anyone was to hurt or say anything, far as in hurt people, that's just not right. Okay, you don't say stuff like that. And then the conversation went on, and I kept repeating, "Don't say stuff like that." Also, reporting theft is very important. Okay, either is the properties, um, anything as far as in the properties, um, property. I'll try to find the right word for it. I'm not good with long words, but report it. Okay, no matter if it's someone else's property, report it. It's theft. Okay. If it's having to do with money situation, report it. It's theft. Okay. I happened to witness a couple of theft at my old job, and it kind of bite me in the ass, because the people that was doing it still working at this facility. I can't call no names, but I ended up getting released from the job during an investigation of all the events that took place with me within 2 weeks. Within the 2 weeks that it all these events took place. Starting off March 30th. Um, it could have been before, but I have to look at my paperwork. I got a lot of reports and all my notes here this day with me. Some is actually within the company, the reports that we reported to all managers' attention. But report it. If you don't hear anything from your manager concerning the situation of what you witnessed, then it's time to get human resources involved. Which that was my mistake. I didn't go to human resource, but with the steps, but my understanding that it has to be informed by your manager on duty or the manager that's above you, uh, to provide that information, and it will get to human resources so something get done. It didn't work out that way. Okay. I reported to the management. I let them know, and I haven't heard anything. They didn't do anything about it. They didn't believe me. They didn't think the person that did it would do something like that. And I witnessed it. And I reported it. And that very person, um, that very person wanted to fight me at my workplace. On the floor, on the restaurant floor, and I couldn't do anything really about the situation, but be there and try to be as professional as I could. When it comes to the approach, I did listen to the person, and I just had some disagreements with her as far as in her pointing her fingers in my face, coming up to me, um, trying to put me in my place. And the only thing I has told her, as a manager, we have a job to do, and I disagree with some things that that was taking place at that time, and disagreement of the advice, or however you want to call it. But it's been a month now since I have not been working there, so it's kind of fogged in my head. But I have it all again in my paperwork. Um, but I did request for security to get involved, and my request was declined from the other training managers, which is supposed to have been a relief manager. Turned her head as if she didn't see anything. Okay. All the other staff was all crowded around us. I want to say it that way. And did anything, even though I asked for security, no one had made an attempt to go get security. So it left me to a dead end situation. One of the managers told me to go to the back. She walked in the back with me, sit down. We was having a conversation, and it was a strange conversation. It didn't feel like, she was supporting me at all. Um, Honestly, I think she was there to investigate me and my actions there in the facility, because someone had went back and did a complaint about me, and I had no clue what was going on. I went about my day every day normally, doing my job, making sure things done. Um, Assuring that the floor was ran properly, assuring the staff coming in, ready to go, and help them set up, for the venue, the restaurant to open, venue to open. But being accused of something that you know you didn't do, but you have quote unquote people stating that you're doing this, but you can't get it on surveillance, you can't get it on camera, you can't provide me what I request. I wants to see this. I wants to see what took place, what they said that I did to them. Okay. Um the two people that claimed that I was harassing them or messing with them, whatever, interacting with them, went and did this report on me. Okay. And the same two people that I caught taking things from customers' accounts. And I think that was just plain out wasn't right, that you're investigating me, but you're not investigating the company's money. You're not investigating what took place with these events of customers' money. Um, you're not auditing correctly. You're not looking at the amount that was turned in. Because if you look at everything that I did and I reported, and all the voids and comps and reopened checks, you'll notice a lot of the checks on my shift wasn't reopened due to tip situation, adding in tip, or miss adding your tips. Okay, due to the fact I'm the type of person, if I can't verify or confirm it with the customer, why am I going to make changes to the tip allowance, utility? Why am I going to do that? I will not do that. Okay, and my director herself stated the same thing. The customer has to be there to correct it. Why are we reopening checks to add tips when the customer's not there? So we both was in agreement with that. Me and the director during that meeting, luckily. But I did realize that a lot of the ones that was doing it was stating the GM, which I'm not going to bring her name up. The GM trained them this way, and that's the way it's supposed to be. So when I went to go bring it up to the GM, let her know, well, you do know that these servers saying that you trained them, this is how you wanted to get done, and it's no confirmation of copies of receipts of any changes. Let's say, for instance, if there's a tip need to be added on it, right? Or and the server went to go close out the check and forgot to put the tip on there. Yes, you can reopen it at the tip, long as the guest is there. Okay, but you also have to have the copy of the transaction, avoiding it, open it, avoiding it, a copy of your original, and the copy that was made changes. If you don't have those three copies, that it shouldn't be no transaction at all. Okay, the manager must collect that. Okay, and all the places I worked, even as a cashier at another venue here in Las Vegas, we collected the information. When I was a server, we collected that information for our documentation to confirm our proofs, but not just opening up checks to add tips in there and the guest is not there. That's called theft. You need to be careful, people out there, of how y'all go out to eat, because the simple fact, if you don't check it that day, or if you don't acknowledge it writing in your checkbook or anything like that, or just keeping up how much tip that you gave your server, that's going to be on you, because it's, in fact, there is a way for them to get back inside and add a tip on there without you being there. So just remember, keep aware of what you spend, okay, and know how much tip that you put on there. By adding the tip, the amount, put it together, you have the total, it'll match out with your bank statements, okay. I just want to throw that in there, okay. If you don't see that and you happen to see it on your bank statement later on, and you already threw that receipt away, they just got free money. They just stole money from you, and you don't understand why this was charged so much, and it was just you, or it was just two, and you knew how much it was, and you just don't care, okay? And this is why a lot of the servers take your money, okay? But me as a person, I care about people. God gave me the rights to love people and care about people and how people treat others, okay? And when I see that happens, best believe I'm gonna say something about it. But I can't do anything about it. I can't hurt myself anymore if we keep allowing this to happen. Do I care? Yes, I care. Because it could be me, it could be my husband, it could be my children, it could be anybody in my family that's getting robbed just because they want to go to the city, enjoy themselves, and eat and have fun. Some of you all need to start looking at y'all utilities, knowing how much y'all gave. Example, there was a day, I think it was the last time I worked. That was on the second. Yeah, it was on the second. For the end of my shift, a lady came in with two receipts. One without the tip, and the other had the tip added on there. The tip was for $28. $28 from a $52 bill. I'll never forget that. Her and her husband came in. She had blonde hair. Okay, came to our restaurant. And I happened to look at it, and I was trying to break it down to her what was going to take place, what made it happen, and it'll be returned back to her. I will go ahead and give it to my manager so she can go ahead and revise that and making sure that everything, you know, will be adjusted right. That lady didn't like to hear that, but I didn't want to tell her, you know what I mean? I didn't want to tell her it was my Friday. I had to move on and give it to my manager. Let her fix that situation. But I ended up collecting all her information and number and everything. And I was hoping that the manager gave her a call once everything was looked at and finalized. Okay. But I knew, the training manager knew, that was a lot of money to be getting tipped out. I saw the name on the receipt, who served them. Oh, and look at your receipts. Okay, it'll tell you the name of the person that took care of your bill. Period. You have the person name on there. I don't know about most receipts, but majority of the receipts gonna have the name of the person that took care of you. Okay. Moving on. Um. Also, if you know you're being bullied, being harassed, get another manager. This is for staffing managers. This is another thing I'm gonna say. Being wrongfully terminated, especially if you're management. Okay, and you know you're doing your job. You're doing everything as far as in the company policy and protocols. Notation. Keep copies. Request things. Assure that you have everything documentation. Because see, like to me right now, documentation don't mean anything, especially when the other companies are siding with the companies. You best believe you better have that copy, and best believe you need to report each and every copy to the unemployment or EEOC or your lawyer or whatever. You have something to prove something, okay? Because you want to win. Okay, and especially if you're getting harassed not from other manager but from your staff. From your staff, and you know you needed something to back you up. You need something to back you up of what took place. Okay, during that event or when it took place. Okay, please assure that. I'm supposed to be sitting up here watching a movie with my husband, but this really bothers me as far as in my situation, and then researching to see if I'm the only one that is willing to get the help I need out there with other lawyers and other legal companies out there that's some want to and some don't even want to touch your case. But knowing that you don't have a job and you out there looking and you have proof that you've been looking and you've been applying on the internet, you've been trying to do your best to try to get more work, and you can't even get nothing because why? Because your experience, because of your experience, and people see you have that experience or very little experience and they don't want to hire you, or something they verify you. Be careful about getting your qualification verified, because the simple fact they can call and verify. They only supposed to give you the date, the to your position, date of hire, position, and when you last worked there. That's it. That's it. If they give you more information what the other new employer wants to get from you, then hey, that's another thing that you want to add on to your notes. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end this. I'm just curious, like, that's not really a lot of people out there reporting these wrongful things that's happening to them, and getting terminated from jobs, you know. And these are the jobs that you love, these are the jobs that you enjoy and cherish, but you're going through mental breakdowns and physical breakdowns, trying to better yourself, and somebody's out there ready to destroy you and bring you down. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. But get the help you need, because don't suffer from it. Please don't. Don't fault yourself. Don't fault your partner, your husband, your children. None of that, because a lot of these people don't know what they done put you through until it really happens. And doing all the right things the companies ask for, you did all those things, and when you realize that something is taking place that you don't want to get involved in, and you step back, best believe they're going to try to find a way to get you out of there, because they know sooner or later you're going to be trouble to them because you're too quiet. You're standing off to yourself. Yes, you're standing off for yourself because you don't want to get involved. You don't want to be a witness because you want to work. You want to enjoy your work. You want to be able to service your well-being to others. You know, and they don't like that, because they want you on their side. If anything happen, either way it go, they want they want a reason. All right. Also, be careful what you sign. Be careful what you initial, because it's all going to come back on you. And I really feel like I've been set up for a lot of things at this place, and I really felt like I should have done more, took action on this at that moment and at that time. Okay. And yeah, but most of the managers knew. They knew about me. They knew about my background. They knew about um, the consequences when it comes down to it, because I am 100% when it comes down to the company I work for. It's up to the owners and managers if they believe me and I believe you or not, if it's really taking place, because you're proof. Okay. So, better as I want to reach out to a lot of these owners and companies and CEOs and stuff, I'm not going to do it, because the simple fact, how long has it been happening? They haven't caught on to it yet. You know what I mean? But, yeah, y'all be careful out there. Don't suffer. Y'all go after these people. Go after these people, because you know what? They gonna try to hurt you and bring you down. They gonna do any and all thing to protect themselves and at their jobs, okay? So they can keep working, so they won't be in the predicament that they done put us through and got us in a situation, okay? I'm not gonna be homeless. I'm not going to suffer for another man's work that done up against you. No weapon formed against me shall prosper, and that's in Jesus' name. And I don't, everybody like, don't put God in this. Don't, no, I'm putting God in this because God is my only witness. God is my only witness. And I hope something get done about it sooner or later. I'm going to keep spreading this out until somebody want to help me before I provide a name of the company. Okay. And some of you have been going through something pertaining to your workplace, inbox me. Inbox me for real. And if it comes down to the same place we work here locally in Las Vegas, if it's the same resort or hotel on the strip, we need to talk, okay? Because this has got to stop, and this company got to stop. That's just why they have the largest turnover at this point, because maybe there's a lot of good people in management witnessing stuff that was taking place. And I know it is because the staff themselves stated that a lot of people quit or they got fired due to the same situation. So they came and told me. I didn't ask for it. But yeah, get at me. Let me know if you all want to discuss this. I'm going to move forward on this video and hopefully we get a chance to talk soon or maybe catch up on a live. I'm going to stop this. We're going to try to do our best to help others out there and victims that's out there in this world getting money stolen from their account. I don't care if it's $5. We're going to do something about this because it's not right. But yeah, I'm wants to do something about this. I want to help someone out there that's suffering, going through the similar things that I'm going through right now, and that's pain, mentally and physically, pain.